There's an invisible war being fought every single second of every day, and it's being waged for your brain. Not for your money, not for your vote, but for your single most valuable resource, something that's become more precious than gold. We're talking about your attention. The Nobel laureate Herbert Simon basically saw this coming decades ago when he said this. He realized that when information becomes cheap and endless, something else has to become scarce. And today, man, we are living it. We are drowning in information, which means we are now suffering from a poverty of the one thing we need to make sense of it all, our focus.
And this whole system, it has a name. It's called the attention economy. It's built on an entire economic model where companies are in a constant, fierce competition for you, for your eyes, for your time. And you've probably heard the saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. Well, this is what it means. Your attention is the commodity being bought and sold.
So, all of this has led us to a really weird place in human history. It's created a new, uniquely modern kind of poverty. And it's not about a lack of stuff. It's about a lack of focus. I mean, just think about it for a second. A few generations ago, if you wanted to learn something, you had to actively go find it. You went to a library, you bought a book. It took effort. Now, a literal ocean of information is pushed directly into your pocket 24/7. The whole equation has been flipped on its head. Information is everywhere, it's cheap, but our ability to pay attention, that's the finite resource now. That is the real currency of our time.
Okay, so if your attention is that valuable, how exactly is this battle for it being fought? Let's pull back the curtain a little bit and look at the actual mechanics that these platforms we use every single day are built on.
It really boils down to two main things. First, good old-fashioned advertising. Every single second you spend scrolling through a feed is another chance for a company to show you a targeted ad. Your time, your eyeballs are literally sold off to the highest bidder. And second, and maybe even more powerful, is your data. Every click, every like, every search, it all gets bundled together to create this incredibly detailed profile of you, which is then sold as priceless market intelligence. And these platforms don't just hope you'll stick around. Oh no. They are designed from the ground up using some pretty sophisticated psychology to keep you hooked. Things like the infinite scroll, which gets rid of any natural stopping points, you just keep going, or push notifications, which create this false sense of urgency. And of course, every like, every comment, that's a tiny, calculated hit of dopamine to your brain, training you like a lab rat to keep coming back for more. It's all powered by algorithms that learn exactly what to show you to keep you there one more minute. Now, this constant, relentless battle for our focus, it's not free. It comes at a huge cost. This state of constant distraction has real, measurable effects on our ability to work, on our relationships, and just on our general well-being. Just look at this number, 23 minutes. That's what the research says. It takes an average of 23 minutes to get back into a state of deep focus after just one single interruption, like a text message or a notification. Now think about how many of those you get in an hour. The hit to our ability to do deep, concentrated, meaningful work is absolutely staggering. And this cost, it isn't just about work, right? It's deeply personal. Have you ever been talking to someone, telling them a story, and you see their eyes just drift down to their screen? It's that uniquely modern feeling of being less important than whatever is happening on that little glowing rectangle. And yeah, there's actually a name for it. It's called phubbing. It's a mashup of the words phone and snubbing. And just giving it a name helps us see it for what it is. It's a breakdown in connection. You are non-verbally telling the person right in front of you that they are not your priority. And it erodes our real-world relationships one tiny notification at a time.
And this chart, this says it all. It shows the fundamental trade-off we're making. The more time we spend in that high distraction mode, jumping from app to app, the less capacity we have for deep work. It's a direct, inverse relationship. You simply can't have both. We are trading depth and creativity for a constant stream of shallow, easy hits, and it is literally rewiring our brains.
Okay, that all sounds pretty bleak, I know. But here is the most important part of this whole conversation. We are not helpless in this. We are not just passive victims.
we can absolutely make conscious choices to fight back and to reclaim our focus. So let's talk about how to do it. Here's a really simple 5-step plan you can start today. First, manage your notifications. Just turn them all off. Seriously, everything that isn't from an actual human you need to hear from, gone. Second, design your environment for focus. When you need to do deep work, put your phone in another room, out of sight, out of mind. Third, be a conscious consumer. Before you open that app, just ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is this my choice, or did an algorithm just pull me in? Fourth, and this one is weird but crucial, schedule boredom. Just let your mind wander without any input. That's where creativity is born. And finally, number 5, prioritize real people. When you're with someone, be with them. Put the phone away. Because ultimately, it all comes down to this choice. Are you going to be a passive consumer, just getting dragged along by whatever the algorithm feeds you next? Or are you going to be a conscious creator of your own life, using these incredibly powerful tools with intention to serve your goals, not theirs?
So, what's the end game here? If we actually do this, if we manage to take back control of our focus, what's the real prize? What's the ultimate currency that we're actually fighting for? It's this: true, deep, lasting satisfaction. It doesn't come from the shallow metrics of the attention economy, the likes, the shares, the follower counts. It comes from the quality of your presence, the ability to be fully engaged with your work, to be fully present with the people you love, to be fully alive in your own life. That is the real prize.
So now you know the rules of the game and you know what the stakes are. Your attention is your most valuable, most finite asset. The only real question left is, what are you going to do with it?